Hi folks, it's Dr. Rob Sivis. I am the carb addiction doc, and I'm not certain whether I should even be doing this video, but I'm going to do it anyway because I'm a little worried about the consequences. However, as of the beginning of this year, 2024, our practice made the strategic decision to no longer essentially take health insurance for a couple of reasons. First of all, the control and regulation of the health, it's not the health care industry anymore, folks, it's the health profit industry. The control and regulations and the best practices are forcing me more and more to create a single algorithmic box of best practices and plug everybody in that. And as you know, there are two important things that I distinguish myself by. Number one, to treat every patient as a unique individual and to meet you where you are. Not where the algorithm would have you, because you are an individual, you are not the algorithm, and where you are on that journey is very, very important. It's an argument I've just had with Paul Saladino, because not everybody's him. Not everybody can eat 300 grams of carbohydrates and be healthy. Be that as it may, I like to get to know you as an individual and treat you as an individual. Secondly, what they tell me are best practices are actually worst practices in my opinion. If your LDL is above this, you need a statin. If you're on a statin, you've got to take CoQ10. If you're diabetic, you have to take a statin. All that BS. So I cannot function under that sickness system, under the health profit system that is drug-based to slow down the progression of the disease that we cause ourselves rather than ameliorating the disease so you don't need the drugs. That's my practice. But the other piece is that at least the insurance companies are paying more and more and more money toward the hospital system, which is all part of the whole system. So my wife, who sells cardiology software, you have a heart attack, you have a stroke, you have a cath, whatever it is, you are going into a system where they are making hundreds of thousands of dollars. In fact, what's funny is that my wife sells the software to the companies and some of the hardware as well. And there's always this tiny little machine at the back of the hardware and the software that she sells. It's a little machine. You've got to look very carefully at it. There's kind of like a roll of toilet paper that goes into it. And on the other side, out comes dollar bills. Because these machines just print money. They've got nothing really effectively to do with healthcare, but they're there for stents, they're there for cardiovascular stuff, treating the consequence of what we do without folks like myself helping you to prevent that. Nevertheless, more and more money is being spent on pharma, on medications, and on hospital infrastructure, and less is coming to us, to the point that last year, we were basically paying our patients for the privilege of caring for them because of the poor reimbursement from commercial healthcare. Our overhead is very, very high. Just for example, right now, James and I, it's middle of the night, James and I are doing these videos for free. We're not getting paid for them. I'm losing money to produce these videos. That's why we appeal to you for donations. We keep them free, but that's why I appeal to you for donations. Nevertheless, my practice was underwater last year, despite being ludicrously busy. I mean, we're booking new patients way in advance. So we made the strategic decision not to take commercial insurance because what I do has to keep my practice afloat. The people that work with me, the wonderful, wonderful people that keep us afloat, I've got to pay their salaries. I've got to pay for all the things that all the wallet biopsies that it costs to be a doctor. And everybody's taking money out of our pockets because they think of us as deep pockets. We're not. So I am primarily a self-pay provider now. However, I do realize that there are a number of people who cannot afford our self-pay pricing, where you've got good insurance or you've got insurance, but the insurance is paying $27 for an hour-long visit that I cannot take because I'm in the red. So what is this all about? It's an explanation, but also this is an advertisement. And this is where things may go wrong because I know that everybody's going to apply and we're looking for that one unique, specific person, a nurse practitioner or a physician, someone who can independently bill under our hat, who will be salaried, that can come in and work with our insured patients. We have a massive amount of insured patients, but we need somebody, a nurse practitioner or a physician, who is very like-minded. who focuses very heavily on the substance abuse, psychologic nature of what we do, as well as understanding metabolic health from our perspective. Of course, we can have slight differences, but we have to be on the same page. Because all the patients that walk through our door, all the patients that we see online, are patients that have already primarily rejected or have some serious questions about the standard healthcare system that has failed them. So if you're interested, if you think that you fit that criteria, you are a metabolic health practitioner, either as a nurse practitioner or as a physician, please send me your CV, send me your resume. And I will, in the show notes down at the bottom, will be the email you can send this to. I'm going to be very strict in my criteria. But if you are a wonderful human being, if you are a door opener first and foremost, we need those because I'm not. So we need somebody nice in the practice, but also secure in your knowledge, secure in your pathway, and knowledgeable with experience, psychologically as well as metabolically, and you're comfortable treating a variety of metabolic diseases, send me your CV. We're recruiting. No hurry to do so, but we are recruiting, and we desperately need somebody who's going to take over our insured population, but basically have the same face as our practice, the carb addiction practice. You do not have to be a surgeon like I am. This is about treating our patients as a metabolic health specialist.